Padres, Mets, Darvish, Scherzer, your pitching matchup. Mets are, of all these teams playing wild card weekend, Mets have the best odds to win the championship at plus 700. Padres at plus 2,800 for the series. Mets at minus 185. Padres plus 150. Those are series prices. What do we like in game one with Scherzer on the mound, Colin?
I like the Mets here. I thought this price would be a little higher in Scherzer's direction, so I'm happy to get a first five line around the minus 140 to minus 150 mark. I believe it's minus 140 at BetMGM as we are recording this. Darvish has a little bit of a sketchy postseason history, dating back to his days in Los Angeles, even his days in Texas. Kind of up and down, kind of helter-skelter, not sure which version of Darvish we're going to get here. He allowed a lot of hard contact this year, despite the fact that he had success over the long haul. He was middle of the pack in exit velocity and hard hit rate, in the 19th percentile in barrel rate. And the Mets offense excels at making contact. That's what they do more than anything else. They were third in the majors in contact rate behind just the Guardians and Astros. They're also just 16th in out of zone swing rate, which is a necessity for Darvish with his plethora of pitching options. His ability to go outside of the zone and induce swings and misses. I don't think the Mets are going to deal with that with much of an issue. The other side, Scherzer. I don't really need to say much about him other than I think that he's going to be fired up and just absolutely shove in front of the Queens crowd. Like the Mets first five, minus 140. That's my number one bet recommendation. I'll probably be taking their full game as well.
Makes sense. You're looking at the pitching matchup. Both have experience. One does well, one hasn't. And you mentioned Darvish on the Rangers when they were in the playoffs, which is, again, I thought to myself, oh crap, he's been in the league that long now, Darvish. He was on the Rangers playoff roster.
He actually had one playoff start for the Cubs too and did really well in that start.
Oh crap, that's right too. Yeah, okay. So there you go. He's been around in the playoffs. Doesn't do all that well. Scherzer does do well. Anthony, what do you got for this series?
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this one. I think the public narrative on the Mets has gotten way, way too sour. I mean, they won 100 games. Yes, they got swept in Atlanta. That was embarrassing. But they won 100 games. And yes, I'm a Phillies fan. I love making fun of the Mets. But they're really freaking good. And they are excellent. And they have they have the best 1-2 combo in all of baseball. They're still very dangerous. I still think they're going to win this series. I'm not laying the juice on it. This game is an interesting under for me. If it gets a 6.5, I'm on it. Right now it's sitting at 6 and it's tilting toward the over. Over's minus 120. If we get to 6.5, I will be betting the under in this game. Basically, I don't think both offenses are particularly well suited for playoff baseball. San Diego's defense is excellent. Darvish pitching in a big ballpark like Citi Field. His home run problem is a little bit lessened. It's going to be a chilly evening tomorrow night, potentially late in Citi Field. All the run environment suggests both of these offenses are bottom half of the league in hard hit rate and outside the top 10 in barrels. And what we know about the playoffs is, yes, not striking out is good, but if you can't hit for power, it's hard to string together singles and hits against really, really good pitching, which is what you're going to get in this series. Darvish has been excellent the last month, one of the best pitchers in the league. We know Scherzer's going to deliver. And this Padres offense, they are so patient that I think it almost becomes a problem, because if Scherzer's command is good, they're going to be down 0-1 and 1-2 all night long, and they're going to have a hard time scoring. So I lean to the under here, but I'm waiting for a 6.5. If we get it, if not, I'll sit around and wait. Maybe look for a live under if there's an early run or two, because the pitchers are jittery.
Public loves the Mets. 2/3 of the money, 2/3 of the bets coming in on New York to win game one. The odds again at minus 145 for the full game on BetMGM. Yeah, this is why you got Scherzer, right? Take the stink out of the Mets and big boy arm who's been in the spot. That's why you got this guy, even though the sticks aren't as hot as you'd like them to be, or they're not as threatening as folks might think. The sour part you're getting.